Hi everyone, this is Kim Goyette, your meditation mother, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. I went to a very cool interactive art show recently, and the trippy view of everything reminded me of how we wear our own lenses to see the world, but there's so many other lenses that we can peek through in order to see other people's perspectives. So I thought that we would do a yoga class on taking a look at our different perspectives by building up to headstand. So let's get started.
Yoga for everybody with Meditation Mutha.
Let's start with a comfortable seat. We'll rock from side to side. Get your low back comfortable. And we're just going to do a little bit of neck roll. So we'll tuck the chin and then start to draw circles with the head around nice and slow in one direction. Opening up the cervical spine and coming back to center. Drop the chin. Let's take it the opposite way. All the way around. Good, just getting a little bit of synovial fluid in the upper spine. And coming back to center, let's bring the head back to neutral. We'll tilt our left ear over to the left shoulder. Maybe you stretch the right hand, flex that palm, spread the fingertips. You might feel this all the way into the palm of your hand. Push your hand down and feel a nice opening in the side of the neck. Maybe drop the chin a little bit more towards your chest. It might change the opening. And just a couple breaths here. Good. Bring your chin back to center and release. Let's try the opposite side. Ear to the right shoulder. Drop the head. Maybe stretch that hand out. Flex the palm. And push into the palm, nice big opening all the way up the inside of the hand and arm, all the way through the neck. Tuck your chin just a little bit, feel maybe a slightly different opening. And relax everything back to center. Let's roll the shoulders back. Good, get a little bit of movement in the upper body. I want to come to the belly for a moment because I'm going to show you what we're going to do later on when we prep for headstand. So we'll come up onto the forearms, and I want you to feel the difference. Spread the feet out nice and wide to the edges of the mat, forearms and palms down on the earth. I want you to feel the difference between pressing into the palms and out of the shoulders and dropping down into the shoulders, okay? So in headstand, we start kind of into the shoulders, but then once we get up there, we press out of the shoulders. So let's just work on that for a little bit. Down and up, pressing into the forearms, just noticing. And up, one more time like that. Good. Now this time I want you to clasp your hands just like this. And the pinky, the bottom pinky is going to tuck under, and we'll start to make a shape like a triangle with the hands and the two elbows. So my hands are grounded, the bottom pinky's tucked under, and the outer edge of my hands are grounded, and we're going to do the same thing. So elbows are in a nice triangle, press into the forearms, come out of the shoulders, and then drop down. A couple more times like that, just noticing the difference between pressing in and out of the shoulders. Good, and also giving some resistance, kind of warming up that space because we'll be getting into there in just a moment. Good, and then we're going to keep the forearms on the ground and just work our way up to kneeling. So from here, you can keep the forearms on the ground, and then we'll raise the head so we're looking straight ahead. And we're going to come up to more of a dolphin pose. Dolphin is a curled toes and a forearm down dog. So we'll lift the hips up. Good. Press the forearms into the earth. And then now just relax the head and look in between the legs. Push down and forward with the forearms. Lift the low belly up towards the ribs. So notice your low belly. We're going to be doing this in our headstand posture. Everything lifting up towards the heart. Good. And then let's come back down onto the knees, and we'll release the hands and just walk the hands underneath us. Good. From here, let's take that left leg, curl it back, and stretch out. So feel that resistance on the heel, that energy. We're going to lift that leg up, feel and keep the same resistance there. So again, when we're upside down, we want nice long legs. The energy is going to be out of what we call a pointed toe. So you're pointing the foot, so everybody point the foot, but then you flex the toes, just the toes back. So notice this is a full flex, this is a point, and we're going for the point. So the point's where the toes are curled under, the foot is pointed. Good. Notice the energy difference. Let's try the other side. So back to hands and knees. We'll curl the right toes back, really push in, feel that energy down the back of the leg, lift the leg up, heel towards the back. Our foot is flexed right now. Now we want to point it, and then we're going to point it. So keep that point, but just curl the toes. Notice the shift of energy out the ball of the foot. That's what we want when we're upside down. Lots of energy, lengthen in the legs, and then slowly lower down. Good. I'm going to come to seated for just a moment. So now we're going to prep for headstand. If you've never done headstand, it's great to do something like, and getting the same benefits, legs up the wall. So you can scoot yourself really close, lay down, and just have the legs up the wall. That's a different perspective as well, allowing all the energy to shift from the feet down into the heart, up through the crown of the head, fresh blood flow, and so on. So if headstand's not for you, you can do this today. If headstand is something you want to try, and it's your first time, you can get about 6 inches away from a wall and practice there as well, so that you have the support of the wall if you're feeling like you want to have a little bit more confidence. So what I'd like for you to do is set up your arms just like we did when we were in forearms. We're going to clasp our hands, and then the bottom pinky tucks under, and we're going to make that triangle shape. The triangle is very important. So if it's very narrow, we're not going to have a lot of stability. So we want a triangle that's equal on all sides. So elbows are out a little bit, but still underneath the shoulder. Let's plant the forearms down. And then what we're going to do is plant our forehead on the earth, and then roll the back of the head into the hands. And the hands are going to help us support. So the hands, between the hands and the elbows, we can have a lot of stability. So I'm planting my forehead on the earth. Adjust your elbows as needed, and then really roll the back of the head into the hands. I'm still on knees. So from here you can just play with it, kind of feel that sensation of rocking back and forth, feeling the support of the hands behind your head. Good. Now when you're ready, you can curl the toes and just lift your hips up off the earth, maybe walking the feet as close as you can. And this might be where you are today. That's totally fine. Let's do it again. Let's shift our weight front and back and just notice the support of the back of the head in our hands. Good. So you might play with it a little bit, and again, yoga is all about fun, so you might lift one leg up and bend the knee, or plant it down and try the other one. Good. Now, when you're ready and you want to shift into a headstand, you're going to have to lean the back of the head forward a little bit into the hands. Start to lift the toes up off the ground. You'll see your hips lifting. Maybe lift one foot and then the other. Good. Press into the forearms and then slowly rise up. Notice my feet. It's that point. So the energy is coming out the ball of the foot. My foot's pointed and my toes are flexed. Notice my shoulders now. Let's push into the shoulders. Notice how they roll back. We're coming out of the shoulders once we're up. Belly draws in. All the energy draws up from the pelvic floor to the low belly up to the heart, to the head. Good. Use the energy of the forearms to lighten the load for your head. And when you're ready, you can just do everything in reverse. Slowly bend the knees and curl the toes. Come down and all the way up. Bravo. If it didn't look quite like that for you, no worries. Just get close to a wall, play around with it. It's all about having fun. So what we're gonna do is come to laying down now. So every time we do an inversion, which is what we did, our head was below our heart. We want to assimilate that energy. So lay flat on the back, allow your neck to decompress, the shoulder blades to connect with the earth, and just staying here, separating the feet a little bit. And with the shoulders where they are, we can rock the head from side to side, just relaxing and releasing any tension in the cervical spine. Good. Keep your face over to the left for a few breaths. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Eyes are closed. And bring your face back to center and over to the other side. So I love inversions because they really do give you a different perspective of the world. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling a little sluggish, just go upside down. You can even hang off your bed with your chest up and your legs along the bed and your head hanging off the top of the bed, and just look at everything from a different perspective. Let's bring the face back to center. We're going to allow our body to soften for just the next few breaths in Shavasana, releasing any tension, excuse me, or energy buildup that we did in this practice. And inviting the breath in more fully, focusing on the rise and fall of the chest. When you're ready, inviting the breath in a little more fully, beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side. Make your way all the way up to seated. And what I would love for you to do is take a look at something that's right in front of you, and then begin to soften your gaze. So it's almost like looking through your eyelashes. So you see the light coming in, the eyelashes are dangling in front of your view, and then gazing up towards your third eye, so the inner gaze. So we're here sitting with each other. If our eyes were wide open, we would see something totally different, but now we're peering inside ourselves, our inner gaze, changing our perspective. And just pause for a moment, observing what you find there, what your mind is telling you, what your inner gaze is viewing. And let's bring the hands to heart center. We'll bow the mind to the heart and thank ourselves for showing up and providing an opportunity to see the world in a different perspective. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm Kim Goyette, your meditation mother. If you like this video and you want to be the first to receive weekly videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Yoga with Meditation Mutha. See you next time.